Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just a bunch of DC news. Most of it's Superman Legacy related, but there's some other stuff here as well. So we're just going to jump straight into it. Not going to bother fluffing around. That's the word we'll use for today. That's the word of the day, fluffing. Won't bother fluffing around. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing is that the Jimmy Olsen casting and the Eve Tessmacher, or Mrs. Tessmacher, or Miss Tessmacher casting were revealed. So these aren't surprises. They leaked. And so when they're just confirmed, they're nothing like the Nicholas Hoult casting, which hadn't really been like specified, or he's going to be Lex Luthor. No one really put that out there. These ones are ones that were pretty much confirmed. The two actors had followed James Gunn about 2 weeks ago, I think, roughly. So it's not surprising. So with Jimmy Olsen, Skylar Gisondo, that's the most American name ever, Skylar. Hey, Skylar, come pick up your bike. Like, anyway. I've offended people anyway, but he's cast. The only show, well, I say only, but like, I know he's in Righteous, the Righteous Gemstones, which I haven't watched. I've seen a lot of ads for it and stuff like that. It looks funny, but I did watch him in Santa Clarita Diet. He was good in that show, so I think he's going to be a good Jimmy Olsen. He looks like he is older. Like I think he's in his late 20s. Like I think he might be like 28 or something like that. But he looks young. He has those like boyish looks, so he could easily pass for like a 19-year-old if he really wanted to do it. So he's good casting on looks. And if you watched him in any of those shows and stuff like that, you know that he can sort of play with that sort of like bumbly sort of like, you know, looking up to Superman style as well. So I think he's a good casting. Eve Tessmacher is going to be Sarah Sampaio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Have no idea who she is. Never watched her in anything, at least from what I can tell. So yeah, give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know which way they're going to go with Eve Tessmacher, whether they're going to go like she's sort of like undercover for Lex, or I'm not too sure which way they're going to go, because it was either they were going to use Eve Tessmacher or they were going to use Mercy Graves. And as soon as the casting rumors started going around in regards to who, like which actors out there were auditioning for this movie, it seemed like they were leaning towards Eve Tessmacher, and that was confirmed through this casting as well. So yeah, that's done there. Now, James Gunn did shoot down some stuff in regards to Superman Legacy from some other like scoops going around. So one of the ones was about this thing in the Middle East. So someone said, as you can see on screen, please tell us the terrorist threat in the Middle East storyline rumor is not true. And he said it is not true. Now, it's come out that apparently it is true, but apparently I don't know if the terrorist part of it is. There's a Middle East presence in the script apparently, and there's castings that sort of back that up. So I think this is just James Gunn trying to avoid any potential controversy in headlines because of the current state of the world and what's happening in the Middle East at the moment. So apparently there's presence there, but it's not like a core part of the story. It's just a setting for like one little instance. So I think he's just shooting this down, but apparently it is true, but not to like this massive extent. Another thing he shot down was that there was this rumor going around that Michael Rooker was going to be playing General Sam Lane, so Lois Lane's dad. So someone asked, like, is the rumor true that General Sam Lane is going to be in Superman Legacy and it's going to be played by Michael Rooker? He said it is not. Now, we don't know necessarily if that means that Sam Lane won't be in the film, or if it just won't be played by Michael Rooker, or maybe Michael Rooker's playing another character. Maybe Michael Rooker could be playing Lex Luthor's dad, Lex Senior. Who knows? I mean, shave his head easily, obviously. So that's a potential there. But he's, you know, that's the thing with James Gunn online. Like, he can shoot down this stuff as well. But we know from the past, he does do it in a very, not like weird way, but he's very smart with how he debunks stuff. Like, he'll debunk something that could be half true, but not fully true. So he's going to say, no, this isn't fully true. So no, it's not true at all. But there's a bit of truth there to some things. So we'll wait and see. You know, like, I think these castings we got to get today, especially with like Skylar and Sarah with Jimmy and Eve, they were there. They've been like loitering for like 2 months because of the strikes. So they were just waiting to come out. But there's some other stuff that they might hold off for a bit. Now, one thing that a lot of people are curious about when it comes to Superman Legacy is the suit. What's the suit going to look like? A lot of people think it's going to look like the Fleischer suit with like the black part, if you want to put it. Then some people think it's going to be like a super classic Superman. You know, blue with the red trunks, and you know, just very classic Superman. I don't know which way it's going to go. There's different art in the production office from photos and stuff that sort of gives you an idea that it might be a different, it could be like a bit of a combination of different things. But I'd like to think that it's just going to be a classic suit. But then again, there could be multiple suits. We don't know necessarily like if we get flashbacks with this Superman to maybe a prior altercation with another villain or whatever it is, and maybe there's a different suit there. There could be multiple, we don't know. So maybe there is like a bit of a flasher suit going on, and then there's like the more classic suit that people would, associate with Superman. Maybe that's the main suit he used throughout the movie. But James Gunn did talk about actual reveal for the suit. So you know how sometimes they'll reveal it through like a promo thing if they want to. Apparently the Superman suit will not be revealed anytime soon for this film, Superman Legacy. James Gunn says it won't be revealed until after cameras start rolling. He says after they start filming, or after they've started filming, but he didn't say after they've done filming or they've finished filming. So that means that, like, I guess would be planning to release a first look at the suit throughout the filming, and I'd assume they're probably going to hold it off as long as possible until there's a potential leak possibility from filming outside. That's always the case. Now, with a lot of different movies, there's not this risk, just because they're filming like on a lot or whatever it is. But with Superman Legacy, we know they're going to be filming in outdoor areas because of like different production reports and stuff like that. So they might try and do like a lot of studio stuff at first and then do all the outdoor setting. We don't know exactly how it's being structured and stuff like that, but I'm assuming that's what they're going to hold off until, at least as long as possible, so they can maybe get things done if they need to. But I guess if the suit's done, it's done. So is there really any need to hold it off? I mean, it's just a suit. It's not like it's a spoiler. But then again, maybe it is a spoiler. I don't know. But anyway, that's what he's saying. So we'll wait and see. I'm sure, like, March next year roughly is when they start filming, I think. So you think by, like, April, maybe May or something, there's a suit reveal. When's Superman's birthday? Maybe they might do like a special day there. I'm not too sure. Maybe look up the date for that and they might do something there, or like the date he was created. Maybe that might be the day they release the first look at the suit. I don't know. We'll wait and see. And the final thing James Gunn related in this video is just him talking about the tone of this new like DC Universe or DCU going forward. So someone on, I think it's Instagram, asked, I'm sorry if this was answered before, but I wanted to know what would be the general tone of the movies under the DCU now. Will it be more like Guardians of the Galaxy / MCU, or like Snyder DC? And he replied, there will not be a general tone, just as there is not a general tone in the great comic series. It will shift from project to project and filmmaker to filmmaker, which is the correct answer. Like Booster Gold is going to have a different tone than Batman, or potentially even Superman Legacy, or The Authority, or Waller, or Peacemaker Season 2. They're going to have different tones, or like Wonder Woman whenever they get around to doing that, or Swamp Thing, which would be pretty much a horror movie, you'd have to assume. So there's going to be different tones throughout the actual projects themselves, as he's saying, but also it depends who you hire and whether it comes down to the person directing, but also the person writing it as well. So he's right with what he says there. It's the right answer, which I'm happy to see. And even DC EU, like that had a shifting tone. So like, I don't know why anyone think, and even, I guess the MCU has a similar tone, but it's not like he led the MCU. He did the Guardians movies, which in themselves had differing tones as well. So yeah, I'm not attacking the person who asked it. I just feel like it didn't need to be asked because I think it'd be pretty obvious that that's what DC is. But I'm excited to see if there's like a surprising tone in certain projects. Like Lanterns, you could make it like a fun thing as well, but you could also make it very dark as well because of like the the alien threat and everything like that. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do there with those different things there. And the last thing to go over is the Penguin series. So that was all James Gunn, pretty much related, or mostly Superman Legacy, with a bit of James Gunn at the end there. But with the Penguin series, that's going to be coming out next year. I don't know when next year, but sometime next year. I guess they got to finish filming the goddamn thing after these strikes. But we got a new look at it, which is just Penguin in, I guess, the Iceberg Lounge or somewhere like that. You can see it on screen right now, hopefully. So it's like him and, I think it's it is the Iceberg Lounge. You can see that like the runway in the background, which was from the Batman. So that's there. I'm very curious about this show. Like I wouldn't say I'm like overly excited, but I've hardly seen anything. So I'm gonna wait till I have to see a trailer and stuff. But it just seems like it's gonna be like a as you'd expect, like a mob thing within Gotham. I don't know how popular it's gonna be overall. I guess it just depends on the execution and stuff. But I liked Colin Farrell as the Penguin in the Batman and just that whole world there. Matt Reeves is attached to this, so I mean, I'm not worried about its quality. It's just whether like overly interested just off the basis of it, or just the general basis of it. So, but it is what it is, what we're seeing here. But they had to stop filming. I don't know how far they were along filming before the strikes happened, but they're going back to filming the week after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is this week, I think. I'm not American, so obviously, but I think it's this week. And so next week, but also there's some people saying like specifically the date of December 6th. That's a date that's being rolled around. I don't know which one it's going to be. I would assume it doesn't really matter. They're pretty much within a handful of days of each other. Who cares? Like, who cares in regards to the actual specific date? But at least we know they're going back to filming soon so they can get this thing done. I think they were filming for a bit before the strike happened. So they would have at least been halfway through, if not more. So, yeah, this will be one of the DC things next year. So it'll be this, Joker 2, Creature Commandos. I don't know which one's going to come first out of this and Creature Commandos. And then maybe that Wallace show, but I think the strikes might have like screwed that from coming out next year. So that's probably going to be a 2025 thing. Maybe that comes out just before Superman Legacy, potentially, because that comes out in the middle of 2025 as well. So yeah, Penguin, Joker 2, and Creature Commandos are at least the things we know we're going to be getting in 2024, which isn't, I guess you would say it's a light year, but also like what, 2 of them are TV shows, and one of them is an animated TV show. So that's probably why people are saying it's a light year, and because there's only one theatrical release, and it's disconnected from everything in Joker 2, and it's right at the end of the year as well. So, yeah, I guess it is a soft year if you want to put it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and it shows support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts and everything we went over. Any thoughts on these? Do you believe all the James Gunn stuff? Do you think any of that stuff isn't true, or there's a bit of truth there, and he's just sort of, you know, using his words very smiley? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.